Why do you think people are a little more positive about Eddie Hearn's billion-dollar deal compared to Al Haymon and PBC's, I think, $400 million deal at the time? Are they similar at all? And why are people kind of not giving Eddie Hearn the same attitude that they were giving Al Haymon when he announced his deal and he launched PBC? Why do you think the fans are just, they start differently on that?
Well, I can't really answer that. I personally think that if you look at the Al Haymon, the PBC, I think the PBC pretty much week after week, or certainly every other week, is delivering great fights. They just had another great weekend this past weekend.
They had 3 fights.
So, you know, somehow I think there's a lot of jealousy there when it comes to Al. You know, I can't answer you why. I think PBC right now is delivering. If you are objective, just be objective, put all personal feelings aside, PBC does deliver on a consistent basis the best fights. There is no question about it. It's a fact. They have the deepest stable as well of fighters, and you see the best fighting the best. There's another perfect example here with Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Maris and Charlo on the undercard against Trout. You know, these are not like gimme fights. These are 50-50 fights, and this is what people wanna. This is what people wanna see, and the PBC delivers weekend after weekend, and we'll see. You know, we'll see what Eddie Hearn is going to be able to deliver, because, as I said, right now he has no fighters, and if he does fight one guy, then what?
Yeah.
So you can't just sign one guy or 2 guys. You need to sign a bunch of guys. And why the fighters would sign with Eddie, a guy who really has no experience in the U.S. market, a guy who probably stated that there's going to be no pay-per-view, that he doesn't believe in the pay-per-view model, and the pay-per-view model in the U.S. is flawed, and on and on. Why would a young fighter, or in this particular case, like fighters he names, like Deontay Wilder, Mikey Garcia, the Charlos, you know, and others, Errol Spence, why would these fighters who are on the cusp of becoming pay-per-view stars, why would they sign on with a platform where there is no pay-per-view, where basically their earnings potential is capped? And you know, I mean, Eddie says, well, you know, if there's $1 million+ pay-per-view, we understand we might lose that fight to a pay-per-view. Nobody, no Pacquiao, no Floyd, no Oscar, no nobody has, no Canelo has started with $1 million pay-per-view. That just shows you the lack of understanding Eddie Hearn has as it relates to the pay-per-view business here in the United States. The fact is, even the pay-per-view king of all time, my good friend Floyd Mayweather, didn't start with $1 million pay-per-view. You know, as it is the case in all aspects of life, in all aspects of what you do professionally, you work your way up. The same holds true for a pay-per-view attraction. You start with 100, and maybe 200, and maybe 300, and you work your way up. So why would a young fighter, or a fighter whose names Eddie mentions, why would they go and sign on to a new platform without any subscribers, with a guy who has no knowledge of the US boxing market, and a guy who publicly states that he doesn't want to do pay-per-views here? Why would those guys sign with that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.